Alright, welcome back to one of these two, where we had a little bit of a barney last turn. The Soviets threw 84,000 men and 800 tanks at me. It didn't make much of a dent either, which is nice. So I'm going to continue looking for ways to hurt them. Yes, we need to rescue this gentleman here. We have to deploy the tanks to stop this, I think. We don't want this guy getting it any more up than it is. But we take Poskov. Send that guy home as well. We ain't doing much about the 33 guy, are we? Mark you on reserve there. Move you to here, actually. Because I just don't want him escaping. May have to abandon that position, but I don't really want to do that straight off. That was disappointing, wasn't it? Put a new depot here. Give them some supplies. If we can make this bloody for them, then we might be able to limit their advance. That's enough for 36 tanks destroyed. Take the army units down to here. We send them back. 86 tanks destroyed there. 5,000 casualties. We will take that. So we can do a bit more than rout him. Here's another place we've had a major enemy advance. Thankfully for us, it's right into the jaws of the tanks. 10,000 casualties caused. You'll get on reserve. You gentlemen can also go on reserve. Get rid of him. And him. Can't do much there apart from fall back. And blast him out the way for 6k. 1,000 there. I'm looking for places you haven't got forts. Why can't you attack him? Oh yes, we've got a big problem here, haven't we? One I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to fix. You get to here. Okay, you're just about in range. You can shift down to the level 3 forts. 9 till 10. We're just going to preserve that guy. This armoured unit could probably make a bit of a pain of itself. Borders drawn to our lines. Here. Again, get off my lawn. 7,000 there. 2,000 there. This is all incredibly strong. This is not. I mean, I have to say that was a solid effort from them, but if they have another turn like that, they have to retreat. Because we had just opened up several holes in their line. This guy's more worrying because I haven't got anything here to defend against this. You have to bring these two armoured units down this way. Oh, we bounced off that, that's fine. Here, we are shortening the line as much as we can. Just that Italian guy there who can't make it. Right, you can join them as a boss. Right, we've got 2 new units, didn't we, this turn? And they can rail into this area. Alright, so we've reconnected to that. You were going to bring this online. Then move you down here, because the rail line down here needs repairing. Missing one, aren't I? Where is my last rail repair unit? That one there. All these guys who've not had a go at anything, but I'd rather keep them strong. So you can punch that guy because he's a mechanised unit. I refitted them, not reserved them. Your reserve as well. The only major problem is this guy here. I feel like I should have another rail repair unit around here, but I seem to have wandered off. US has entered the war. Sure, this is fine. 184,000 casualties, 1,200 tanks. I mean, that's almost the definition of a Pyrrhic victory, isn't it? Pull you 2 guys back, put you in reserve. See what happens next turn. Because if I can push forwards, I'm supposed to be for Stalina by this, and Rostov. Yeah. That's not the type of losses they can take. Victory points drop because I lost Moskov. That map map just dropped. Because that's a hit. Okay. That got interesting. Let's see what they do. Soviet response. Alright, here we go. They've attacked there, made us retreat. Yeah. Okay, this is a weak spot anyway. This is mostly brigades holding here. No, mobile unit. We held there. Held there. Held there, good. That's 240 to about 15 of ours. But that was slight overkill, wasn't it? Still, they lost 500 men to 150 of mine. And then lost 600 against my 75. Nope. Nope, it's 10 to 1 losses again. We'll just check out the forts. Bounced off that motorized division. They held and inflicted 1,400 losses. Yeah. Okay. So I limit myself to trying doing as much damage as possible to their front line. Because we're holding pretty well, actually. Oh, they're pushing back into this area. That's fine. We'll shift that guy out. Alright, they retreated that guy, but took 8 assaults. We've got a good number of armored units in this area as well. Holding still. Alright. Yeah, reserves came in to make that a bloodbath for them. These guys continue to hold. 9 attacks, and that's the holding. Yeah, took slightly more casualties than they did there, but overall. There we go, 400 in the next one, 22 tanks gone. 400 again. Right, we retreated there, but even losses. It's a Luftwaffe division. And then they get retreated down here. This is the worry. Shattered another Romanian division. Retreat that one. Routed. Need to plan an offensive to cut these guys off. Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking good for the Romanians. And they got a light turn last turn. Shattered another one. Ooh, those guys are in trouble. I think they've just got cut off. There's a ferry point. And they hit those guys. That goes poorly. Yeah, poorly on the second attempt. Yeah. Do retreat us on that third attack now. Second. Yeah. It's fine if we end up with everything down here. This has cost them a lot of troops. Okay. Yeah, I have to move those two guys back. Very worried about that guy getting cut off. Alright, they're going back to punching up these divisions. May have to think about bringing this bit in the line. Even then, when they retreat me, they're still taking 3 times the losses. Yeah, I took a few more there. Yeah, this is the bit we're taking the biggest hammering. Stuff goes again. Yeah. Held. They're just hammering away, aren't they? Retreat there. Okay, just seeing more and more heavy losses from the Soviets. Okay, retreated, but 7 attacks to do that. That was needing with good forts. Winter will bite more. These units will get ground down slowly, but now, oof, they got 1,500 losses on that one. $2,000 losses there. Then they bring the Panzers into reserve, out of reserve there. Because they lost all their forts, that's why. They held, they may have to withdraw though. Yeah, they're looking in a rather dangerous position. Held there. Yeah, these are turns, aren't they? We're holding, but this is a battering. Not quite trench warfare, but close. I think that 500,000 manpower that you got is going to last them longer. Yeah. Pretty much attacked along the entire line. Limited success. Yeah, another 1,900 lost there. 41 tanks. I'd love to counter-attack at those armoured divisions. Oh, infantry division there retreats. Back to holding. I need to swing up this little bit here. Ooh, yeah. Yep. Okay, they surrounded 2 of my units there. And then bounce off the armoured guys who were in reserve. Oof, that was a brutal one. We lost 900, they lost 1,400. Just doesn't stop. Yeah, more death in the south. Yeah. These guys are in trouble. Oh, good, we're going to building assault fronts. Alright, only 24 sorties. We both took 70,000 men there. And they took 400 tanks though. And most of mine were in the south. So See who can get out. This is going to be painful. We also need to do something like this, so you guys are going to have to go deploy and start tank hunting. Get you across the river. You have to pull a few guys off the guards. Your guys are going to have to march south, and then we're going to have to see if we can find tank units to kill. To weaken this bit as well, which is going to be a pain. Alright, here. We need to retreat these guys one. Blast that guy out of existence. Bounce off him. Yep. Looking for the easy kills. Right, we are definitely punching that armoured division there. 44 tanks, 3,000 men. Get those guys off my lawn for 4,000. Yeah, they're doing the same as me. They are retreating a lot of their good units now. Behind the line, so it's not going to help them too much. Here we can step in, secure that bit of line. You're going to have to change commander. That's not the button I was trying to press. Nope to you two. You've got no forts either. Rout those guys, that's cool. We'll hit him hard. Rout him. Rout him, okay. Didn't expect that to go through. Rout the tanks. Yeah, this is another place we're going to retreat slightly. Get the HQ. And the HQ can retreat. Bring you to the front. Get rid of that guy. Bounce off apparently. There we go, second attempt. Okay. We just have to look for slightly more easy targets. Yeah, this guy's gonna have a bad day. They're still in reserve, excellent. Yep, no cover. No forts. No forts. Here we'll give a little bit of ground. And retreat. Here we have a slight issue. You can get rid of him. You can get rid of him. I can't get a decent surround that won't get me trapped. I need some more troops up north as well. Right, we've got to deal with this. Alright, okay. I mean, we can't do anything more there. A good number of troops they've sent to attack there. I'd rather have them on reserve. If I'm being completely honest. Okay. That was, I suppose it was level 3 forts, wasn't it? Alright, so they're now up on the front line, but that'll hold. What else can we do around here? Took them up to 160 again. I think we're pretty played out. You commander. Yeah, we've put that line back together the best we can. Berlin is just dying not to send us any more troops. It's going poorly in Africa. The RAF have begun raids. Winter is here. Western territorial ground requirement increases to 345. Garrison increases. Get a victory point for that. Partisans. Britain has finally realised women need to actually do something. Women are happy about this, mostly. Yeah, the big three, and Hitler takes direct command. All my forces immediately get word. No, not quite, but historically, yes. I mean, in this situation, I can kind of see Hitler taking command, but on the other hand, it does feel a little bit redundant. That's pretty good. That opened up another rail. Isn't it rail there? Once we can connect this back in, that's more rail going there. I mean, it's tough fighting. We're dropping, but the Soviets are coming down hard. Like 2 turns of heavy fighting. Like their manpower pool has pretty much just been eaten already. I mean, can I take any of these guys out? Yeah, unit restrictions. Let's have a look at the commander's thing. So, theatre box, Western Europe, transfer. Right, we'll see if anyone turns up. Alright, let's get our second battering of the video. I think it'll be the last one as well, looking how long these turns are taking to process. Right, I'll click the air. Not going to do anything, but on to the Soviets. Alright, straight up a retreat. Yep. Held there. No retreat. No, all the good time's over. Our casualties did increase last time. Ooh, I'm worried about an armoured breakthrough here. I do not have the forces. Germany, World War II, we just don't have the forces. Held. Held. Right. Yeah, it's going to be a bloody turn. Held there. Oh, they took 2,000 casualties trying to break through there. Another 1,700 on the second attack. And they're just breaking the first one. They held. Yeah. They held. Like champs. Yeah. When they say this is a front attack, they mean it. These are front attacks. I.e. they are attacking the entire front. Oh, they took 900 there. 600 there. 1250. Another 1200. I gotta hope they batter themselves. Okay, there we go. That was a half-hearted assault, only 97 died. Alright, we need to shift that guy. Lose some ground there. Hold. We're late December, we're about to cross the 42. Hold. Hold. Yeah. There's a few worrying areas, but there's some areas that are holding well. Ooh, yeah. Oh. Holding hard. Yeah. Holding like a champ. Doing this. We're doing this, lads. We haven't got to the very far south where all the Romanians are. We're going to focus on the positive. Alright, they routed someone. Alright. Okay. They held and did 2,000 casualties. 50 on the second attack. Yeah. Quite a few planes went down there. I've not looked at their plane losses actually. Alright. Held. Treated. Yeah, look at that. 10 to 1 casualties. Ooh, treated again. And they hold. 1 10 to 1. 30 to 1 in that case. Again, held. retreat there. Well, they finally got those guys to retreat, but they did a good job. It's probably going to move them out anyway next time. Plus 2,000 men to 100 here. And then here we go, that's the Romanian unit. Mass surrendering. This is not a war you want to be surrendering in. Retreat. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, actually took more losses there. Yeah. Going to the south, and the south don't worry. A lot of this is paper. I need those 2 new divisions in to trying to bolster the area. I mean, that's one of my strong points, thankfully. You could retreat across the lines, that'd be much appreciated. Oh, we're going back up to the north, where we are holding. But we are going to have to retreat down to this neck here if possible. I'm a bit worried about this lot being cut off. They're being hammered. Oh, assault funds. I think we're through. Oh, no, there's still one more. Supposed to be forming a front line. Don't do that by attacking. Alright, 144 sorties. Mostly recon. 45 to their 71. Yeah, men's coming down. Ours is stabilised. Their manpower pool is pretty much down to empty. Yeah. Right. 2 more divisions. That's good. They're going to be needing the south again. North just have to cope. We need to do something about that guy, but I said that'll be next video. The actual amount of land I've lost isn't much. This is a grinding war. I mean, let's have a look back to the... Actually, we did want losses. I'll just look at air losses. Yeah. They've lost 300 planes this turn. Mostly operational losses. And then air combat took them 125. Let's have a look in the graphs again. And the aircraft is keeping up. But look at... Ooh, that's not a nice graph for them. Yeah, we keep hitting the armoured units. The armoured units are weak. I think, let's see, they haven't left many of them front line now, have they? There's one there. One here. One here is going to get obliterated. Alright, much to do. That's for certain. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.